Welcome to this video by EI Design. In our 17-year journey of transforming learning, EI Design has created more than 10,500 hours of custom learning solutions. We have won numerous awards for our innovative and immersive learning designs. We are #1 in the list of top 20 e-learning gamification companies for 2019. In this video, see the 5 gamification trends that are worth a closer look. For each gamification trend, we provide practical tips on why and how they can be used. The first trend is the maturing of gamification for learning. This year shows a maturing of the usage of gamification without the hype we have seen so far. It is coming of age and moving beyond badges and leaderboards. Today, it is much easier, quicker, and cheaper to craft effective gamification solutions on account of the maturing of authoring tools. There are several use cases that show what strategy works and what doesn't. And there is a clear shift from game-based learning to using gamification techniques at various levels. Here are a few tips. Much in line with traditional e-learning, you can use elements of gamification for skill building and proficiency gain, to help the application of learning on the job, and to influence behavioral change through a longer-term implementation. The second trend highlights an acceleration in the adoption of gamification, as more organizations opt for mobile learning and leverage on microlearning-based training formats. Here are a few tips. You can opt for gamification approaches that are bite-sized and optimized for smartphones. They provide learning on the go and can be designed for learning acquisition, facilitating the application on the job, and helping learners in proficiency gain. The third trend is on a wider range of application areas of gamification techniques in corporate training. With more and more successful use cases, gamification techniques are being applied at various levels, such as partial gamification as well as fully gamified approaches. Here are a few tips. You can use gamification, partial or full, as follows. To make traditional e-learning courses interesting by using partial gamification techniques, as fully gamified approaches to address varied training needs, including formal, informal, collaborative, and performance support intervention. To support and pep up ILT programs through gamified learning aids, as gamified portals, and for game-based learning. We see an acceleration in the adoption of gamification, particularly in the first 3 formats, rather than the game-based learning. This fourth trend highlights the usage of gamification across varied corporate trainings. With the maturing of the gamification practice, partial or fully gamified strategies are being used to address most of the corporate training needs. Here are a few tips. There are several use cases that showcase the successful implementation of gamification for learning across various corporate trainings. You can certainly evaluate using gamification for induction and onboarding training, sales training, leadership training, professional skills training, application simulations training, and compliance training. The fifth and final trend highlights the use of next-gen gamification techniques. Next-gen techniques reflect a combination of several bestsellers, like Microlearning and apps for learning with gamification to deliver impactful training. Here are a few tips. The adoption of these techniques will help you uplift the impact of your training's manifold. Behavioral change requires the usage of gamification over a long period of time. You can create a learning path that keeps the learner aligned to these goals over multiple weeks, months, or quarters. To make the learning journey more interesting, you can add immersive approaches like virtual reality or wearable tech into your fold. Give the learners a bite-sized gamification experience that can be consumed on the go. These could include a challenge, such as a set of gamified questions or a micro-game mapping to a specific outcome. Based on the current knowledge, which is validated through a pre-test, you can offer personalized learning and gaming paths for learners. Let the learners collaborate with peers to meet a challenge, or provide the support of experts to help them solve a problem. These can be designed to offer customized learning paths and elements of gamification, microlearning, and social learning. We hope the gamification trends featured in this video provide you the required insights so that you can adopt them and deliver training that is fun and helps learners learn. Thanks for watching this video. Do get in touch with us to discuss how we can transform your learning.